Welcome back to UniversalGiant plays Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Today, we're going to rejoin Dr. Eggman in Sand Ocean, return to Hidden Base.
Those idiots will never find my hidden base inside.
What I never understood about this level is why Eggman made it so difficult to get back into his base. And if you want to argue that those are government robots, he says explicitly at the beginning of the level that those idiots will never find him in this pyramid. So if those are government robots, they've already found his hidden base and there's no reason for him to be heading back there. Sega logic? I don't know. A number of points in this game just don't make sense. But unique to the Pyramid Walker levels is that there are little sticks of dynamite on columns. Where did you come from? Little sticks of dynamite on columns, and those little columns that you can blow up. But if you want to get the column down, you have to blow up the dynamite block, and that'll bring it down for you to walk on. So, hey, another one of those guys just snuck up on me out of nowhere. Come on, Eggman, you need to clean up after yourself a little bit better. You'll also notice a bit of an inconsistency here. You see that Eggman has 16 lives, where when we first played his story we had something like 5 lives or 6 lives, and when we played Sonic we had, I don't remember how many we had, but it was much less than 16. Like I said in the first video, this was not done the way it's being presented to you. I am in fact doing... But what? Okay, note to self, do not rush through this level. Be patient. That is my one big beef with this level, is that you have to wait and wait and wait for these stupid platforms to move. I hate waiting. This is a Sonic game, damn it, we shouldn't have to wait for anything. It's all about speed, it's all about going through quickly. I don't like standing here wasting time not doing anything. But getting back to what I was saying earlier, this is in fact post-commentary. Everything has already been recorded, and even though I'm going through all of these missions out of order, I did in fact do them in order. So you will consistently see me switching back and forth. The hero side, I will have less lives than I do in the dark side, because I did the hero side first and the dark side second. And your life count actually carries over between stories, which is nice, but it makes for a little bit of a confusing inconsistency, so I'll clear that up. And that also accounts for a reason why I decided to cut out all of the emblem gets at the end of the missions. Because at the end of the hero missions I would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and at the end of the dark missions I would get 17, 18, 19, 20. And doing them out of order just makes things confusing. But isn't it nice to play through this game and not have to worry about loading screens? So, get up! There we go. You can actually shoot down a bunch of these stone walls, and see the little jars over there. A lot of the things in this game are actually breakable. So if you randomly fire off your cannon all over the place, most of the time it will do you less harm than good. Which is a good thing, so you want to spam the B button just about as much as you possibly can in these Mechanical Walker levels. Now I gotta wait for these platforms. Yes, when I get bored I like firing off my Vulcan cannon to the beat of the music. Move it, stupid platform, I don't have all night. See that little bat over there? There are a bunch of creatures in all of these levels, including some of the, I believe they're called chaos drives, that the robots drive. Running shoes? What do I need running shoes for? There are a bunch of animals and power drives that you can collect, and you'll see when you collect one, it'll pop up in the bottom right of the screen. You can actually hold 10 of them at once. And they're actually used for the Chow Garden, which I'm not going to show in this playthrough, although I may get to it at some point. It's not part of it yet. and it has absolutely nothing to do with the storyline whatsoever. But they're kind of like raising babies or raising Pokemon. You give them stuff that you collect in the levels, and you raise them to become more powerful and compete in races and karate and stuff, and you get emblems for those. So if you want to beat the entire game and get all of the emblems, you need to do that. And I probably spent more time in the Chao Gardens than I have actually playing the game. So Eggman's finally returned to his base after going through all that stuff outside, which he shouldn't have had to deal with in the first place, because it's his hidden base, damn it! No one should know about it!
Just what's going on up there?
Of course, the first thing anyone should do when they get home after a long day's work is turn on the television and see what's on.
We interrupt this broadcast for an important news.
And if you feel the urge, scratch your butt.
Break-in at the Federal
Reserve Bank.
Mysteriously, the only thing
The Chaos Emerald was stolen.
Chaos Emerald.
That's Shadow!
Eyewitnesses at the scene, the suspect was identified as the world-renowned hero Sonic the
Sonic?
Hedgehog. The suspect was seen fleeing.
So I was right, they did capture Sonic because they thought Shadow was Sonic.
Stay tuned for
Sounds
more
more like the
details.
work of Shadow.
But strangely enough, they're also chasing Shadow in addition to chasing Sonic. I never understood that.
Pathetic.
What's this? Is this a flashback? Is Shadow having a flashback? Is that Maria? What?
I beg of you, please, do it for me, for all the people on that planet. Sayonara, Shadow.
So we get a little insight into Shadow.
I still remember what I promised you. For the people of this planet, I promise you.
He's doing all this to fulfill his promise to Maria, her dying wish, revenge. And we get Shadow's first stage, Radical Highway. Much like Sonic's stage, it's a speed level, and you have the same controls. Except this time, it looks even cooler because he's got rocket shoes! Yeah, there's nothing really special about this level that makes it unique from most of the others, except that you have to go through it without getting any sort of like power-ups or anything. And that's something I haven't mentioned yet. It's quite a... Ah! Whoa! Well, for a second I thought I could homing attack to the crane. I guess not. Somersault through here. What was I saying before? Oh, that's right. In every level there's actually a power-up that you can get, and I don't believe I've actually run into one yet. In fact, I don't think I'll run into one until the next video. But there are actually power-ups in every single level, even though in the beginning you can't get any of them. You actually need to come back with an ability already in order to get the power-up from the early levels. Don't worry. Before we finish the game, we will go through all of the power-ups. Sweet. So make your way over here, up the spring, I'll take you to the crane, bring you to a rocket! Rockets which actually fire you off into the air to the next part of the level if you break this bubble! 20 rings! Nice. Also, I didn't mention, when you get through checkpoints, you get either rings, a shield, or running shoes, depending on how many... Whoa, 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 whoa! That's not the way I want to go. Although you can actually go down there. You won't die if you take the lower level, it'll just sort of gust you back up in the air so you don't actually fall. It just takes much longer to get through there. I like to go this way. I forget how many rings you have to get the certain power-ups from the checkpoints. I believe it goes like 5 rings, 10 rings, 20 rings, speed up shoes, and then the shields. The green shield, whoa, 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 whoa! Okay, we're good. The green shield and the magnetic shield, they both protect you from a single hit, so if you take damage, you will not lose your rings. The magnetic shield has an advantage in that it attracts rings to you, so you don't have to run into them. They'll sort of home over to you. Oh, I can't believe I didn't mention this already. If you take a hit as Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, or Rouge and you do not have any sort of shield, you will lose all of the rings you've collected. And if you take a hit having no rings, you will die. That's how it's always worked in Sonic games. And hopefully how it always will. Although I know, at least Sonic Unleashed, you do not lose all of your rings at once. You only lose something like half of them. Which is nice. I wish they did that before. But that's not how it is in this game. And enough about my rant about the ring system. That's going to do it for this part of the playthrough. In the next part, we will join Sonic once again. Sonic and Shadow's paths will cross for the first time. What will happen? See you then.